So when you come, the main screen you will see is the front end, which is the feed. Here is where you will find any information from me, any posts from members. I love the way that you can kind of title them so people know what it's about. And I will always pin the most important information for that week at the top. So if you're not sure if there's a live coming up or if a new training's been dropped or there's a task that you need to do, all you have to do is come to this page and anything important will be pinned. Like today, it was the live welcome onboarding session, and you see at the top. So this is where I want you to engage, connect, share tips, share information, and all come together. Then after you've done that, we've got one of the most important things. The classroom is where all the trainings that I give you, I will drop them weekly. I've started off slowly because I wanted to make sure everybody starting had the foundational knowledge they needed to begin. So the first course I dropped is What is AI? That is AI for beginners. It's a 4-part series. And this is going to break down everything about AI, from how it's made, how it learns, to how you can use it, how it's being utilized in business, how you should be using it in your business, and everything in between, including the the downfalls of it. There are some things you have to be aware of, some dangers and things. So I've also included those because I want to make sure that you are using it safely and ethically. So once you've done the foundational course and you have the basic knowledge of AI, you can then move on. Now, one of the things I've added is my Will Your Business Survive the AI Shift Test. This is a free test you can take depending on what industry you're in. You can just take it to see how it's expected that AI will affect your industry within the next, say, 3 to 5 years. So it will give you a guideline as to whether you're low risk, high risk, moderate risk, and things you can maybe do to make sure you're future proof in your business. And this is something I created with AI, and I'm going to be sharing that how to do that with you as a little tidbit for today. So stay tuned for that. So once you have the basic knowledge, then we can start building, right? Now, the first thing I wanted to teach you was ChatGPT, because that's one of the foundational AI tools that you can use for your business. So we've built it with ChatGPT. I'm actually showing you how to use it to get proposals. Not just doing your social media posts. That's the basic way everybody uses it, but creating your media kits, proposals, things like that. Brainstorming. Sometimes you don't have an idea of what you want to do. You can brainstorm with ChatGPT to figure it out. So with Build It, I'm just showing you how to use these tools to leverage them in your business, to produce more, to create new streams, anything you can envision you can do. Then we get to part 2 of that series, and that's branded with ChatGPT, because as you know, we don't want to be sounding like everybody else. So with the branded part, I'm teaching you how you can train ChatGPT to respond like you, sound like you. If it's a little bit sassy, if you have certain quotes or things you say, you can train it to respond in that way so that anytime you receive an answer, it is more tailored to your tone, your style, your vibe, and more so will connect with your audience and be more relatable to you. So that's one thing that's very important for you to know. And then there's Monetize ChatGPT. And in this one, it is a paid premium tutorial, not that much, but this one teaches you how to actually take the ChatGPT platform and create your own ChatGPT that you can monetize. And when I tell you it is easy, guys, it is very easy. You can do it in literally 15 minutes. I give you the templates, the prompts, but what you're doing is you're creating your own specialized GPT that people can either purchase from you or you can do for clients, that is customized to maybe their business framework, their coaching framework. Maybe it's certain things that they offer, services that they want this ChatGPT to kind of help people to decide what they want to pick. There's so many ways you will learn how you can create one, what it's for, why you should create one, and how you can monetize it. So definitely be sure to check that out too. So every week, I will be dropping new tutorials. These were the basic foundational classes. Now I'll be doing more quicker classes where now you'll just maybe have to create a logo in 1 minute, how to create a cover sheet in 1 minute. Things like that, new tools that I'm using, new tools that have just come out, all of that. This thing moves fast, okay? AI moves at the speed of light. It can seem overwhelming, so I try to piecemeal how I give you the information so it's not so overwhelming for you, but you do have to move fast with it too. So try and get the foundational knowledge out of the way. So when I'm dropping these tools and these tips weekly, you'll be able to get right into it and start to use them to elevate your business. So once you come out the classroom, you can also go to the calendar is where I'm doing two things. One is where I'll definitely put where the Zooms are. So if you want to go through the calendar and see when to schedule me in or when we've got a class coming, you can do that. I may sometimes throw a class up. We've just got a new tool in Skool that allows you to go live. So I will be going live in the Skool too. So if I'm not going live randomly, then if I've got scheduled Zooms, you will find those on this calendar. And usually the scheduled Zooms will be when I'm actually training you for something, so I'll make sure you know it's happening. In addition, I'll put things on the calendar to relate to days like International Literacy Day was September 8th. We have fall coming September 22nd. So these things are good because when you create content, the algorithms, they will push stuff related to a special day or a specific occasion. So if you're pushing first day of fall content on the first day of fall, the algorithm is most likely going to pick that up and push that out a bit more than it would a regular post. Just like when it's your birthday, that post gets pushed out more because the algorithm knows it's a special day. I want to push that out. You can utilize these days and special occasions to tap in and see if you can get an extra push with the algorithm by focusing on these special days. So I've made sure I've included them on the calendar so you know what's coming and you know if maybe you want to create some content around that specific idea. Then we have members, and I'm just so happy to have you all. So we have all of our members here, and this is where you'll find a list. You can connect with them. So this is the member section. Then we have now on the map, it gives you a 10-mile to 20-mile radius of where you said that you are, okay? But if you are somebody who's very, likes their privacy and doesn't want anyone to know, you can actually maybe put your position in another location, or you can drag it to be, away from where it says you are currently. So there's various ways if you want to change your location, but on the map is where you can see where there are other members and maybe members you can connect with who are local to you. So that's another way to connect. That's the final one. Now, the leaderboard, you automatically go up levels the more you connect, the more you contribute, the more you share tips and things like that. So what I've done is when you get to level 9, you are able to get a free one-to-one strategy call with me. That means you've really been putting in the work. You've really been posting, assisting, contributing to the group. So therefore, I think it's only right that we get a one-to-one just to map out your business plan and strategy, especially for 2026. So keep contributing, keep sharing, keep posting, because you will unlock a free strategy call with me when you get to level 9. So that's the basic kind of navigation for the Skool platform. The reason I love it so much is I do think it's very simple, so it's easy for you to use and it's easy for us to connect. What I also love is, like I said, they just released yesterday this go live feature. So this is going to allow me to go live in the group whenever I choose with little nuggets and tips and tools that I might think of, or I might just have a random thought and want to share it with you. So this is another tool that I'm very excited they have, because I can connect with you on a deeper level using it. So beautiful. Now that you've actually seen the onboarding and you know what to expect there's something else I want to share with you just for hanging in there. Is one of the little tools I'll be sharing this week. We're going to get into the creative part and things you can create for your business. So one thing, like I told you, I've created was the custom chat GPTs, and I also said I created my quiz. So I want to show you very quickly how you can create a quiz for your business, which you could use as a lead magnet to get emails and generate additional attention and traffic that way. So let's go to Canva. Now, I've already done this, so I'm just going to quickly walk you through what I did. So I said to Canva, Create the prompt I will need to give Canva AI to create an interactive quiz my clients can use to know what brand colors they should use based on marketing psychology for their brand and industry. It should provide the colors they should use for their brand at the end and explain the psychology behind it. As I put that in, ChatGPT automatically gave me this Canva prompt. Usually I'll go through it and make sure if there's things missing, I'll add, but we're just going to do this quickly. I'm going to copy and paste this right now, like this. Okay. Then I'm going to go to my Canva now. If you don't have Canva, and this is one I did earlier, so it was still on the screen, but if you don't have Canva, I most definitely say it's something you want to get as a business owner. You will be able to do your own graphics. You can, it just saves so much time, especially if you don't want to pay somebody every time you need something professional looking to put out there. You've got to have a Canva account. It allows beginners to get started and create professional graphics using their templates, etc. So hopefully all of you do know about Canva, but if you don't, go check it out. So when you get to the Canva interface, you want to go down this sidebar and go to Canva AI. I mean, this is the quickest thing you will ever see. I'm simply going to paste what we just got from ChatGPT in there. And it might take a few minutes, but it's actually going to start working on the app that I asked it and the quiz I asked it to create. So allow it a couple of minutes, but right now it's copying, coding the lines, it's doing it all for us. And at the end, it will produce a quiz that we can actually use immediately and give out to people immediately. And that's in seconds, something that probably would have taken us, weeks back in the day for someone to set this up, create it, figure out what you want to put in it. This is why these tools are so powerful. It's not so much they're going to do the work for you, as in you don't have to do anything, but you can literally just with a prompt create tools that help elevate your business, help you make look more professional, help to generate more leads, all with a click of a button. Who doesn't want that? So that's what I'm here to do, is to show you how to use these tools to, whether it's increasing income or just increasing traffic or finding another way to generate a lead to come to you. This is what we're here for. So it's still working, it's still doing its magic. And I don't mind waiting 5, 10, 15 minutes, because guess what? If I had to pay somebody, that would be money. And they probably would have told me a month, 2 weeks before I could get it, right? So you can't complain. So as we're sitting here, I'm just speaking with you in general anyway. But yeah, this is why I love these tools. It's helped me. I've generated money from these tools. And that's why I want you to know. So boom, just like that. What was that? Maybe a minute, two. It's given me a breakdown of a quiz. It's given me a quiz I could use. So it says, find your brand colors. What's your industry or niche? I'm going to say coaching. I'm going to do it as if it was me, right? Coaching, and then move this out the way so I can actually click it, right? Say next. It says, what's your target audience personality? I'm going to say luxury and premium. I'm going to say next. It says, what are your brand's core values? I'm going to say elegance, creativity. Okay, you can pick one, so I'll say elegance. What emotion should customers feel? I'm going to say exclusivity. Say next. And wow, the funny thing is, these are my actual brand colors. So I answered that as if it was me, and it naturally picked my brand colors. But that's not by chance, because I told you I've been into branding and marketing for over a decade. So I understand color psychology. So when choosing my brands for this next level, I knew what colors to choose. So at least this showed me, even right there, that I'm in alignment with my brand. But you can do the same for yours, and it will suggest colors that it feels will represent your brand. Now that was done in literally no time at all. If I wanted to use it, all I would do is say use in design, and you can do a website, a presentation form, a doc, or whiteboard. I'm going to do a website form, and it's going to give it to me right here. All I then have to do is to basically publish that. And what that will do is that will allow me, so I'm going to do share, and you can do public view link. The reason I like the public view link, create public view link, this is how, and then you just copy that link there. I use this on my website. What I do is they come to a page on my website. I say, give me your email to be able to start the quiz. Once they give me their email, they are automatically sent this link, and then they'll be able to open the link and take the test. That way, they're getting to do the test for free. They're getting something they like, but I'm also getting a chance to get their emails so I can keep in contact. And that's the name of the game. So this is just one way I've used it in my business. You can use it, but imagine in your business, in your industry, what are some tools, some quizzes, some interactive things you could offer your clients, your students, to encourage them to, get engaged, or just to increase the brand experience. Sometimes it's just adding that extra touch that helps to cement you as the expert in your field. So these types of tools allow you to do that. So I really wanted to touch on that because I thought it was important. I'm going to now stop share. And so thank you so much. I'm now going to go into the Q&A section for anybody who may have any questions for me, but I wanted to at least run down how to use the system, welcome you officially, and let you know we are doing this journey together. And I can't wait for us to grow and show what we've done and, what outcomes we've had with using these tools. So I'm going to move on to the Q&A, and I'll see you next time.